So we already know that Season 8 is fully confirmed for Shinobi Striker, and there's actually two characters that people have been really wanting for a long time, and people have been actually thinking that they're hinting towards them coming with them, you know, adding summoning creatures and things like that coming to the game, and I'm talking about none other than the man Kiba and the man Shino, man. So in today's video, man, I'm just going to be giving y'all another joint DLC concept, similar to what we did with the Young Gar and Sorcery DLC. I'm going to be giving you DLC concepts for both Kiba and Shino, man. So if this is something you think you might be interested in, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn the bell, do all those nice things. We have the timestamps in the description so you can skip forward to see whichever DLC concept you care about the most, and make sure to go check out my other DLC concepts and things like that, because I mean, hey man, we put a lot of effort into these, man. But that's gonna lead us into our anime question for today is, what do you want from Shino or Kiba? Like, what's your jutsu that you want from them, man? But hey man, I'm not gonna waste any more of y'all's time. Let's go and hop straight into this video. Okay, so we start off with Kiba. So just like some key things to know, I think we might get the Kiba beginning version, just because of the fact that we don't have the beginning outfit for Kiba. We already have the Chunin outfit, so I think we'll get the beginning version just so they can take up some slots with that outfit. Now, one thing we do know about Kiba is that he has an Earth nature, and he also can use Yang release. So I think, of course, we'll get the Master Unlock, we'll get the outfit beginning version, I think we'll get a Shinobi boost, I think we'll get a new clone from Kiba. This is going to be the Beast clone, and the way this one basically works is the user is going to create a fake Beast clone. After the clone explodes, their spray is sending out on the enemy, and this clone reduces the action speed and healing. So basically, once the clone, like, you know, once you hit the clone, it's basically going to mark you, kind of like with Kiba's marking, and like I said, it slows down your healing. As far as another thing, I think we're going to get a weapon, and I think the weapon is actually going to be Akamaru. I think Akamaru is going to be a weapon that's going to work like a summoning, kind of similar to how we have with Sorcery, but I think it's mainly just going to be like some hand-to-hand combat, basically. But whenever you do certain inputs, like maybe you're heavy, it's going to have Akamaru doing like a similar spin move, which is similar to what you get from the Chakra Claws A and B, where you do like the Fang over Fang spin kind of thingy. I think he'll do this, but with Akamaru, and he'll jump in on combos with you, but all the damage is still going to come from you, so you're not going to be able to damage the Akamaru weapon. As far as another thing, I think we'll be getting another food pill. I think this is actually going to be his ninja tool, and I think it's going to be the food pill Inuzuka clan. And basically this pill heals slightly and enhances the user's senses, increases attack tracking, movement speed, and lock-on distance. I think that Kiba is going to bring a unique, different, you know, status boost, which is going to be enhanced senses, which is pretty similar to the flash pill, except the fact that it adds this new thing where it increases your lock-on, which is similar to the new Byakugan buff. I think this is going to be a thing they're going to be adding to a lot more new things. I think this is great for Kiba. And then I think the title is just going to be Beast Shinobi. So when we actually move into the actual jutsus, the first jutsu is going to be the all fours technique. The user enhances their sensors and converts to an all four stance. In this state, the user's jutsus are replaced. Enhanced senses allow the user to have the increased lock-on distance, attack tracking, and increased movement speed. So what I mean is when I say your jutsus are replaced, you're going to get two new jutsus that are kind of basically going to be like striking jutsus, where, you know, he's kind of like dashing at you and scratching you or hitting you. This is basically just going to allow him to be more of a melee focused character with also moving better. It'd be really nice if they can actually change the mechanics and make you move on all fours. I don't know if they're going to be able to be that advanced with it, but it'd be pretty cool if they could do that. The second jutsu is going to be the Beast Human clone. The user creates a Beast clone that follows the user around. Additional input would trigger a Fang over Fang from both the user and the clone. Without input, the clone only uses basic melee strikes. So there's two ways they could do this. They could actually make the clone do basic melee strikes, because we've seen they have the capabilities of doing this, like with the VR missions and Data was like clones, or they could just make the clone follow you around and only be able to do the Fang over Fang. And I think this thing could maybe last for about maybe 10 to 15 seconds, give you a little bit of time to get like quite a few Fang over Fangs in. But I think this is going to have a little bit of a longer cooldown, you know, since this thing is going to be with you for so long. When we move over to the ultimate technique is going to be the secret technique, tail chasing Fang over Fang. The user summons a clone along with the animal companion and transforms into a large wolf, after spinning into a large wheel that can be controlled and damage enemies after the user's senses are enhanced. So I think this is going to basically work like a huge spiked human boulder, but you can control where it's going on the map when it's hitting people. And then, like I said, the enhanced senses, this is going to be his main buff that he's getting from a lot of his jutsus. But those are all the things that we're getting from Kiba. Let me know what y'all actually think about my concept from Kiba. I think this would be pretty cool. And let me know what y'all think about him actually being a Ginning over like the Chunin or the Boruto version. And I didn't mention also, I think Kiba would be an attack type. I mean, I don't really see him being anything else, maybe a defense, but he's got to be an attack type. We move over to Shino. Shino, I believe, is either going to be a ranged or a healer, but I think more than likely a healer since we already have an ultimate from him. When we look at Shino, we know that he can use Earth, Fire, and Yang release, even though I don't really think we ever saw Fire release in the show. So when we look at the things, means he's going to get the Master Unlock. I think we'll get the outfit Genin version, so I also think this will be the Genin version of Shino, because I don't believe we have the Shino Genin version outfit, so I think this would be a good way for them to take up a few slots using that outfit. I also think we'll get a new clone with him as well, which is going to be the insect clone. The user creates a fake clone from poisonous insects. Enemies who come into contact with the clone take poison damage and have their ninjutsu cooldown reset. So this is going to work pretty similar to the snake clone, you know, kind of what you get from Orochimaru, but this is more so of a poison effect. And if you haven't been able to tell, I think Shino's character is going to also focus around poison, similar to Sasori, but it's going to be giving it to the healer types. Another thing I think we'll get is the insect fist, which is going to be a weapon. And this is basically just going to be you utilizing the insect fist. So maybe you're just punching and you have insects on your fist, and maybe like your heavy works similar to that one healer weapon where you like shoot out like the Street Fighter blast, but instead it's like an insect blast. And I think the special effect that you'll have with this weapon is the fact that this weapon is going to reduce your ninjutsu cooldown buildup. It'd be a little bit too crazy if it resets your ninjutsu cooldown every time, but it actually making it harder for you to get your jutsus and get your chakra. I think this would be pretty good with it. And then I also think we'll be getting Shino's hairstyle since we don't have this in the game. And as far as the title, I think it's going to be Insect Master. We move over to the actual jutsus. I think the first one's going to be the Beetle Spear. The user creates a spear of insects and fires it out towards enemies. Enemies hit by the spear have the ninjutsu cooldown reset and take damage. Chakra recovery is reduced for the enemy while ninjutsu cooldown is reduced for the user. So this is pretty good. This is going to basically take their chakra and give it to you and make you get your jutsus quicker while also resetting them and also slowing down their chakra build. I think these are the main things with Shino. It's going to be poison and things that are dealing with your chakra building up. The second jutsu is going to be the insect wall. The user creates a wall of insects to protect themselves. Enemy jutsu is nullify and absorb. Absorb jutsu increase defense greatly. So I think this is going to work similar to how Karma Strange Taste works, except whenever you absorb the jutsus, if they shoot the jutsu and it hits the insect wall, it's going to increase your defense. And this is going to be a very good defensive jutsu for range types, you know, to give them a little bit, you know, more things to deal with. If they really wanted to be cheesy, they could make it like an insect barrier similar to how Sand Shield works, but I don't think we should go that far because that'd be kind of crazy. I think the caveat, or like, you know, kind of like the counter for this would maybe be, maybe you can allow melee strikes and melee jutsus to go through this wall, but as far as ninjutsu, it's not going to be able to get through this. When we actually move over to the ultimate, it's going to be the secret technique, summoning giant insect. The user summons a giant insect to the battlefield. This bug excretes a mist that drains the secret technique gauge of enemies and applies poison status elements. Allies have increased lock-on range and ninjutsu resistance. And I think this one is pretty good because, like I said, this insect is going to be able to be here, and it kind of works similar to what we said with Fu with the cocoon, but they're having a poison effect and also, you know, just increasing things with the allies. This is a great support jutsu for Shino, and let me know what y'all actually think about that. But these are basically going to be the full concept for Shino and Kiba for Season 8. If they brought the characters like this, I think they'd be pretty good, and I think people would actually enjoy using them. And since they said they're going to be adding more SS plus weapons, I think they are going to do a weapon with Shino and Kiba if they manage to bring them to the game. Because insect hands just sound extremely crazy, especially being able like to shoot out bugs, man. That'd be pretty cool, man. But let me know in the comments how you actually feel about this. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn the bell, do all those nice things. Let me know some more different jutsus down here. And make sure to also go check out the rest of my DLC concepts. I'll have a few of them right there at the end of the video on the cards, man. But I'm going to see you on the next one. We up.